And um, I can talk about that when we do state updates. So if we want, we can hold that presentation off until the January meeting. Does that work?
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. And hi, Michael. All right. I guess we should get started. So welcome everyone to the December National 4-H GIS team leadership meeting. We're going to start tonight off with an icebreaker with Arjun. Go ahead.
All right, so today I created a kind of small game, just about like the wonders of the world. So, okay. All right, can you guys see that?
Yep.
All right. So here are like the basic rules, but are you guys able to see all this? All right. So basically start off with an image of one of the wonders of the world. It can be either one of the seven wonders, which are man-made, one of the natural wonders, or one of the more modern civil engineering wonders. So basically, if you name one of the wonders, you get 3 points. If you determine what category it falls into, you get 1 point. If you name the country it's in, you get 1 point. And then if you name the city, you get 1 point. And then whoever has the most points wins. And then there's a bonus 2 points if you keep track of how many we do from each of the categories. All right, here's the first one. Does anyone have any guesses?
So do we just yell out what we think it might be?
Yeah, that works.
Panama Canal.
Yeah, so that one's the Panama Canal. Oh wait, the category is civil engineering wonders. Well, I guess I just revealed that, but all right, so how about the city and country?
Well, the country it borders Panama and Colombia.
Okay, I'll give you a point for that. How about the city? It's pretty simple, but
Panama
Is
City.
it Panama City? Yeah.
okay, yeah. I'll give it to Miss Worker.
Oh, you can give it to somebody else. I'm not going to be collecting points.
Oh, okay, I guess I'll give it to Brock then. All right, so yeah, it is Panama City. All right, here's the next one.
That's a good one.
Janeiro.
Yeah, it's in,
Yes.
it's in Rio. It's in Brazil. Isn't it like Our Redeemer or something?
That's really
Christ
close.
the Redeemer. Christ the Redeemer. Yes.
Yep, that's right. All right, so I'll give 1 point to oh wait, we forgot to do the category again, but it's fine. All right, so I'll give 1 point to Mr. Tate and then 3 points to Brock. All right. You guys know it's not the building, by the way. It's the sky.
Iceland.
Sorry, what was that?
Iceland or Greenland?
Yes, it is Iceland. So that'll get you 1 point. And then can you name the wonder and the category it falls into?
Aurora Borealis.
Yes, that's correct.
So natural.
Yeah.
Yep, that's also correct. So 1 for that and then 2 for that. And then how about the city? You guys get that one? So we know it's in Iceland.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy from there.
I'm gonna guess Reykjavik.
Yep, that's correct.
It's the only city I've ever heard of.
Well, there are a few others, but they're very, very small. I don't think they're cities.
Yeah, that's like the only real city in Iceland.
I like how this is teaching us geography.
All right. Now this one should be easy for some of our California folks, but
It's the Golden Gate Bridge.
yeah. All right. Well, Brock got that one. How about the city,
San Francisco.
country? Well, country's easy, but
From San Francisco.
all
That's
right.
just-
Yeah. Good job, Puneet. Yeah.
Yeah, and the civil engineering.
Yep. That's correct. Who's that said civil engineering?
Kim.
Oh, okay. Got that. All right. All right. This one's a little bit harder, but it shouldn't be too hard.
Ooh, lots of water. It's gotta be a natural wonder.
Niagara
Yep,
Falls.
that's correct. It's not Niagara Falls.
Victoria Falls.
Yes, it is Victoria Falls. So that's 2 points. And then the city is actually very straightforward for this one. Country might be a little bit harder, but
Oh, is it Victoria Falls?
yep, that's the name of the city. Does anyone know the country?
Africa. That's a continent.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll give
Tanganyika,
it to you guys. Huh?
Tanganyika, Tanzania.
No, it's not not Tanzania.
Okay.
It's Zimbabwe or Zambia. It's on the border of both, so I'll accept either one. All right, this one.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, you should know that one, Tom.
I've been there. It's in the Andes Mountains.
In the country of Peru.
Correct.
Yes, that's correct. Has anyone, does Mr. Tate get that point for the naming it? Or does anyone else?
Picchu. Machu
Yep.
Picchu.
Yep, that's correct. All right.
It's an amazing place. Go there if you have the chance.
Yeah, I want to someday.
Yeah, it's being loved to death, so plan ahead.
And then which category does it fall into?
Religious or scientific. It's man-made.
Yeah, I guess that would count. So it's one of the original 7, and it's just in Peru.
Is this King Tut's tomb? I might be wrong on that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no,
No.
because that'd be a pyramid. Yeah, this is the temple. Someone else can answer.
In Jordan.
Yes, it is in Jordan. Does anyone want to say the category it's in?
what would be man-made?
Yep, that's correct. It's man-made. It's Petra.
Petra, that's right. Wow, that's quite a place.
This one's pretty modern.
This is the Needle.
I don't think so.
Is it Toronto?
Oh, this is
Yes, it is Toronto. Did anyone say the name of it?
I thought it was the Needle, but is this? Actually, I might not even know this.
The Needle is the one in Seattle, right?
That's the Space Needle in Seattle.
No, this one's not in Seattle. This one's in Toronto.
I've been up in that thing, but I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I actually went here a couple years ago. All right, I'll give it to you guys. Do you guys know like which category? It's pretty easy, but
Man-made.
This is modern civil works.
yes, this one's the modern civil engineering. And it's called the CN Tower.
Canadian network, eh?
All right, and then this one is the final one.
With the Great Barrier Reef,
Yep, that's the Great Barrier Reef.
Australia, right?
Australia.
Yes, Australia. Anyone know what state it's in?
Queensland.
Yep, that's correct. All right. And that, I think, concludes it. All right, and then did you guys count how many were in each category? I know we were moving kind of fast.
I did not.
I'll give you a hint. It's the same number for each.
4.
3.
Yes, it was 3. Who said 3?
It was David.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's an extra 2 points. All right. I'll total up the points quickly.
You should put this in like a story map.
Oh yeah, I could do that, I guess.
Have
All
you
right,
played,
Mr.
has anyone played GeoGuessr?
Yep, I have played GeoGuessr. It's pretty fun.
I want to someday. I'll probably find the time to eventually.
Yeah. All right, so for number 1, we have Mr. Tate with 11 points. Number 2, we have Brock with 9 points. And number 3, we have Miss Pond with 8 points.
That was a great intro. Thank you for putting that
Nice
together.
job. Nice job.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. All right, and now we'll hand it over to the state updates. So let me see.
Yeah, California is starting. So, and one thing before, Dr. A, considering we have more youth on now, do we want to change the scheduling and still decide to do the dashboards presentation, or do we still want to hold that off until January?
I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Okay. Well, I actually do think I could probably do it this meeting, so let's go ahead and do that. So after state presentations, we'll state updates, we'll do my presentation.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Before we do state updates, we need a note taker who will lead next month's meeting. Is anyone is it California's turn to lead, or sorry, I don't know.
I believe it is.
Okay, so either Puneet or Shashi.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay,
Sasu, can you take the notes?
Yeah.
all right. Do you guys need the doc? Or do you guys have it?
Yeah, I think I have it.
Okay, sounds good.
I
So
can give editing access to you, Sassy, so you can take notes.
All right, thanks.
okay, so starting off with California. Would anyone like to update us with California's updates?
I think it's basically what Sudarshan sent out as an email, but so we've been like helping him for the presentation that he's giving for the IB candidate.
Oh, okay, that's cool. What does that
Yeah.
consist of?
I think it's just like an overview of what GIS is mainly. And I think he just he has a section of allotted time to present that for the people in the area.
Are you guys able to like highlight some of your projects and stuff?
Yeah, so I think that he's talking about one thing that he did, and then the my map that I presented over the summer is also there.
Could you tell us what they are?
Oh yeah, so the one that I did was about food in poor areas. They don't have as much access to fresh food as food in richer areas. And then I believe that solutions is just to do with access to food also in California. So yeah.
All right. Any other California updates, or is that it?
Will California be recruiting any of those sessions? New members?
I'm not exactly sure about that. I know we're presenting what's happening, but I don't think we're recruiting anybody at that particular area.
Actually, there should be one person. I remember last time in the county, like in our county thing, someone was asking like a few questions to me about GIS. So I think next month they were wanting to just like check out one of the meetings. So yeah, can I just send them the link next time? Is that how that works? I'm not exactly sure.
Sure. I mean, may we suggest have a clipboard for people to sign up if they have interest and would like more information when you give these presentations?
Okay.
I mean, do you think that's a reasonable thing to think about?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But Puni, I think if you want to invite someone to sit in and kind of see what we do the next time, that would be fine. If they're interested in being part of the California team.
Okay, all right, sounds good, Dr. Ray.
All right, that sounds good. I don't believe we have anyone from Illinois. Is that correct? Do we have anyone from Iowa?
No updates.
Mr.
Louis-
David. Mr. David said no updates.
Oh, okay, no updates. Okay. Louisiana.
Dr. Fran notified on the send out that she was not able to make the call. So
Okay. Any updates from Massachusetts?
I can give a few since the girls aren't on. We did just kick off our Winter STEAM Festival, which is based on science and technology, of course, and all that. So we're hoping to encourage youth to put in maps and see the interest. They're following up with some of the people that were interested in joining, and I met with one of the young ladies today. So I hope we'll have a new member coming in as Faith transitions off as she ages out. And then hoping to have a tabling event on the January 20th to get some more interest.
That sounds good. Thank you. Anyone from New York? I don't think we do, but North Carolina. I guess I can go first since I'm talking, but for me, I'm just working on some of the projects, and hopefully I'll be able to create some posters and maps for the Esri gallery and also the state competitions in 2024. So specifically, I'm working on, I've mentioned these before, I believe, but a project to create like a 3D rendition of the Post Center for Health Education so that people could take like virtual field trips to the health education place and learn more about like ways that they can I guess like take better care of their health for like kids and things. And then also I'm working on a project to kind of replicate the food security project that was done by Nikhil in the past few times, where we go out to community food hubs and to do surveys to ask people how they feel about the food and their experience in the community, and then ways we can improve it. And I think that's about it. How about you, Brock?
All right, so I've got quite a few things on my end. As for the project I did for the North Carolina GIS Day competition, HazardX, I will be continuing to update that in the spring and make some improvements and whatnot to that dashboard. But in the meantime, I'm working on my GIS internship with Dr. Ray. We have gotten some new data from Mr. Bill Schroyer, one of Dr. Ray's friends, who is with Wake County. I think it's Department of Future Planning. And he was doing a project on leaf coverage within Wake County. And he cited some of the data sources he used, NAIP, NDVI, and the tree equity score. And apparently, though that leaf coverage it does include agricultural parcels. And so I'm going to be filtering down that data to specify agricultural parcels, and then potentially in the future do some ground proofing with Mr. Jeremy, who is also working with us from North Carolina NC State Cooperative Extensions in Agriculture. And then as for the Fuquay Club, we are working on projects for the North Carolina GIS competition in the spring, or at least prototyping right now. We have some good ideas starting, and we are slightly growing, actually. So I was actually approached today by a friend of Ava Neebs, who was our vice president last year, asking to join the club. So we are getting a little bit of interest, and possibly at next week's meeting, the Wake County Public Schools GIS department might be doing a presentation. I'd asked about that in an email, asking if they would like to do a presentation. So we'll see what they say. If not, it'll be a regular meeting. But if so, we might be getting some new sources of inspiration. And I can give more updates on what those projects will be at the next meeting.
Brock, this is Tom. I was wondering if one of your meetings, if our friend Michael Moore, who's from South Carolina, one state south of you, might be interested in coming up, to sit in on one of your team meetings to see what that's like. Michael might be interested in doing that.
That would be awesome. And that could get we are making some changes in the club right now, but absolutely, I think that sometime you would be absolutely welcome, Michael, to come up here. And hopefully by next time, we are going to try and have an in-school advisor. We have gotten some interest from Mr. Greco, one of our STEM teachers, or CTE teachers rather. And he seems very interested in the club. And so he's going to attend the next one and sit in. So yeah.
That might be fun.
Dr. A, do you have anything?
I do, but I don't think there's quote unquote state updates because we're talking about state competitions and our new home, right? Are they later on the agenda? A separate item?
What
If
what
not,
as a
I can
separate,
go now.
what we're saying is a separate item?
The state competition for all states, and then is that on the agenda?
It was not, but I can add that to additional business if we
No,
need to.
if you don't mind, I'll just go now.
Yeah, sure.
So number one is state competition. So Esri hosts every year an opportunity for state folks who do GIS to host a middle school and high school GIS competition. For Esri's purposes, middle school means 4th grade through 8th grade, and high school means 9th grade through 12th grade. And I want to encourage each of you to see do some Google searches, or you can go to well, I can send out a link to the map, or maybe Esther can do that. Can send out a link to the map so you can find out where the website is for your state competition. They may or may not be released completely quite yet. I know I'm still working on my one for North Carolina. I'm trying to get it out hopefully this week. But typically, you need to do a story map, which all of you have at least done a map, but many of you have done story maps. But you'll do a story map, and it needs to do something with your state. So it could be a very local community within your state. It could be a county or a region, or it could be your entire state. But it can be on anything you want it to be about for your state. So, for example, you know, last year the Massachusetts team for their Esri map gallery map did the authors from Massachusetts. That could be a really cool story map that you could enter into the state competition. So just something that has to do with your state, and it does need to be a story map, but you can read about the timelines and details on your state's page. I really want to encourage everyone from the national team to submit to your state competition. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that it's kind of maybe quasi-unofficial at this point because nothing's been put in writing yet, but we have a verbal agreement from the Center for Geospatial Analytics at North Carolina State University to be the new home for the National 4-H Geospatial Leadership Team. So I'm very excited to, again, soft announce that tonight. And that means that we should be in a position that we can start doing some publicizing. We can start recruiting people to fill out applications. We will have to get the application updated, but we'll work on doing that pretty quickly here because I know we want to invite South Carolina and North Dakota to go ahead and join us. So we're very excited about this. But that's the updates. Are there any questions on those?
The current form says applications are accepted until March of 2023. That's a major edit.
That'll be a major edit. and we'll have to remove the NIFA language and put on the Center for Geospatial Analytics at North Carolina State University language. I'm looking forward to doing that.
If someone wanted to print out the old, the current 2023 application, be looking at it to practice thinking through the process, would that be allowed?
I think that would be fine. I don't foresee any, again, unless our new hosts at the Center for Geospatial Analytics think some of the questions need to be tweaked. I think they'll probably be very similar. The application should be very similar to what it currently is.
The current application is findable on the Where's the Food website. You scroll around there. For anyone that might be looking for the current application form. Austin just put up that link, huh? There it is. Good.
So what's the big difference between being hosted by NIFA and this new partnership?
Could you repeat that question, David? I think you broke up for me just a little bit.
So what's the difference of what I guess our NIFA partnership and going into this new partnership? I guess what
Well,
changes? What
so
do they bring?
the big difference is we did not, we so we learned earlier this spring that we didn't actually have a current NIFA partnership. It had been established, and then at some point, and unbeknownst to us, um, that was no longer the case. And so our new national 4-H program lead, who had actually been on this team in the past, said, "Hey guys, you need to find a land grant university home." And Dr. Salih actually was having lots of conversations with Tom Tate, as well as with Dr. Yoder, who's the state 4-H program leader here in North Carolina. And so Dr. Yoder worked diligently to find a home, and he felt like the Center for Geospatial Analytics was a great match, as they will bring lots of GIS expertise in particular. They are committed to providing some training for our team, and so we're and other supports. They really have a vision for taking us to making sure we have a team in every state. And so I think having some dedicated, passionate leadership who really gets the whole GIS thing is going to be really helpful.
Yeah, it sounds like it'll be a good partnership.
All right. Well, Arjun, should we move on with state updates then?
Sure, that sounds good.
So next we have Tennessee. Tennessee, do you have any updates?
I don't know if Ben does. I don't have any direct updates. One thing I do want to share, we're going to be sending out later, not tonight, a email. Thomas and I will send out to give a note to Joanne Letterman. For those that know, some of the newer people may not know, but Joanne Letterman's been a big component of our 4-H work, and she's is retiring from 4-H Council, and so we just want to send her just a note to thank her for the work that she's helped with National 4-H Council and their involvement. They've been a kind of a host of our grant for the past couple of years, and we're eager now that we have this hosting with NC with the geospatial team, that we'll be able to foster new relationships through that. So, but that'll be a secondary activity that we'll send out via email. So, Ben, do you have any updates you want to share about the Tennessee contest?
Sure do. Yeah, Austin.
There you go. Go
yeah,
for it.
can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. Well, good evening. I hope all y'all had a great Thanksgiving and are gearing up for the holidays. So from Tennessee's side of things, we've sent a Ty Petty, who is one of the monumental folks who's been on this team in the past and who is helping head the efforts with the Tennessee 4-H team, sent an email out on the 21st of this past month, stating that we will be reinstating our state 4-H GIS contest, and submissions will be due on February 29th of this coming year. So Tinjic's been a big sponsor in that, and we do plan to receive funding from them to help support the travel cost for our youth to attend the Esri Education Summit this year in San Diego, or a regional Tinjic forum, which that's the state council for GIS, or one of their conferences. So hopefully we can get youth to San Diego but if not, they'll be making presentations in Tennessee. Um, Obviously, I'm pulling to get them to San Diego. It may take some more funding to make that happen. Um, but we're looking at all of our options, and so those are going to be some of the conversations we have in the coming months. So it'll be a video submission as well as a map or a PDF of an online map or story map submitted, and it will be judged. And I believe, yeah. So sorry, reading through the email to make sure I didn't miss anything here. But we've got a whole slew of people on our Tennessee 4-H GIS committee, including Austin and I and Ty. And so this should be a really good year to bring back GIS to Tennessee. Do y'all have any questions? Anything I can help clarify with?
Ben, do you any outreach to the folks at Tennessee State, the 1890s youth
Well,
program?
I can assure you that every extension agent in the state of Tennessee received this email. And so I would imagine that includes some folks with both UT as well as with Tennessee State University.
So are you planning to have like meetings with the Tennessee folks?
So the plan will be we've had this competition for years and years, and so the teams will work on their own until the 29th. They'll submit their submission, and they'll at that point we'll judge and we'll come out with a first place winner, and that will be the team that we bring to the national level for this team, as well as for um, travel to any of the conferences that we try to get them to go to. Um, as far as having a statewide team, um, it may be more along the lines of webinars or calls where we can help do education or training sessions or just Q&As or a combination thereof. So there's definitely room for outreach and collaboration amongst the different county programs that choose to be involved.
Oh, that sounds good. Are you guys using the San Diego trip like as an incentive to participate?
Yes, so the way it was advertised is we'll try to get to either San Diego, a regional forum, or a state conference. And so depending on the funding situation and the ability for the students to travel, some parents, like we had a group lined up this past year to travel, but the parents didn't feel comfortable with their kids flying to San Diego. But they were more comfortable with them talking it more like a regional event. So it also depends on that facet.
Okay, that
All right.
sounds good. Oh,
Ben,
thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
You're using the Tennessee Geospatial Consortium to get some geo mentors for some of your
Yeah,
local.
the Tennessee Geographic Information Council is providing monetary support. And it may be that we can pull some of their folks in as guest speakers at some point. But we do have our own committee that we've set up of different professors, coordinators, extension agents, and specialists, and volunteers like Austin and myself. Um, and I also see on here Geographic Alliance Executive Director. So we've got several different um, levels of talent that we've pulled in to help make this possible.
Ben, it sounds like Tennessee's doing a great job of getting that organized. And I know that Michael over in South Carolina is kind of struggling and touching base with lots of different geospatial organizations
Well,
within
let
South
me
Carolina.
clarify. Let me clarify. Um, and I'd say Austin would agree with this. Ty Petty has done monumental work to get this pulled together and get the right people involved and get the funding so that we can have a program. He's done acts of Congress for us. So, um, we really need to be saying thank you to Ty. Um, and He's the one that's making this happen.
Ben, would you be open to introducing or Ty to Michael Moore in South Carolina?
I would be more than happy to. I will send an email out probably late this week or early next week. And I will introduce you. I'll be glad to.
Great.
Speaking about South Carolina, do you have any South Carolina updates?
Yeah, I had a little bit of a breakthrough last week. Spent a few days on the telephone calling lots of people and talked again with Michael Cranford. He's in South Carolina Department of Agriculture, and he's also South Carolina Farm to School. And I was introduced to him by Miguel Filario, who's in California. He's the interim co-executive director for the National Farm to School Network. And Miguel introduced me to Michael Cranford. I've been talking with him for a few months. And also Benjamin Seas, Department of Education in South Carolina. And so without going into too much detail, talked to several people. And the breakthrough was there is a grant that has already been pre-accepted, USDA RFSI grant pre-accepted, and it's to update South Carolina's food hub network. There is an existing food hub network. They've got 6 food hubs. The ones nearest North Carolina are in Greenville, Marion, and Chester, South Carolina. And then there's one Columbia, the state capital, and Charleston. And also the grant that's been pre-accepted is going to be run by Dr. Norm Levine. He's a PhD, and he runs the GIS Center at the College of Charleston. And it's a GIS laboratory, and he's going to be leading a group of graduate and undergraduate students. And so I spoke with, gosh, I've got all these names in front of me. I spoke with Nikki Siebert-Kelly. She's in Greenville, and she's a technical advisor at South Carolina Food Policy Council. And she's going to put me together with the team in January when they meet. And so we've got to, we've got to figure out how to integrate 4-H teams, because it's all about getting real-time, up-to-date, real-time data on where the food is. Fits right in, where's the food? And then it goes in, and it's to feed this database for the South Carolina Food Hub Network. And since it's together with a GIS center, which is also a federal center, NASA put this together, and NASA funds the center, together with the College of Charleston. And so they will give GIS training. We'll have to figure out how all this works. We'll have to integrate, lots of integrating, figuring out 4-H that can participate probably in the Charleston area, greater Charleston area, maybe in Greenville, maybe in Columbia, the population centers. And but that's the good news. It's all perfect timing. And so 4-H GIS teams will have an opportunity to do something that's going to be really appreciated, really valued, and at the same time receive experience and training. So things look good. Be starting up January, February, March, and I know things take a long time to develop and really reach a good stage, but that's a really nice opening. So that's our update here.
All
Michael,
right,
that
thank
is
you.
super exciting. Thanks so much for sharing that. I got really excited just listening to all of that.
I can tell, Thomas, you've been smiling the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I dressed up for tonight too.
Looks
Michael, I
good.
think that Ty Petty from Tennessee can help you weave through where the buttons to push in the 4-H system within the state. He might be able to coach you
That would
through
be
it a little
great.
bit.
That would be terrific.
Because I'm sure he knows folks in South Carolina, been there in Tennessee, neighbors.
That's fantastic. And that'll be great.
Michael, distance wise, I'm only about 2.5 hours from Greenville.
Well, that's a great place to come to. I mean, I'm about 2 hours the same way.
Growing up
Okay.
there, Greenville is awesome. And I recommend anyone to go to anywhere in the Greenville area. Greer, Malden, really anywhere in the Greenville area would be awesome.
Yes, and Clemson's right there.
Yeah, Anderson County is legitimately only like a half an hour to hour drive away. So you can just go straight to Clemson from there.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
Could you envision 2 or 3 months from now, some youth from North Carolina and Tennessee and meeting up and somewhere and running a workshop for South Carolina launch for your youth down
Well, that might be a little bit ambitious. Saying that I'm just being brought into the group in January and I don't know when, so that's ambitious. It's nice to think about. Maybe something a little bit later.
Okay.
But that's a little bit too fast, probably, because I'm going to have to figure out who's who and who knows who, and what is already underway. Because Clemson University, they've got all the 4-H coordinators for the state, so they probably. I mean, I'm coming late to the party, but they've invited me to the party. So we'll see how things start to come together.
All right.
Well, cool. Well, given the time we have, I don't think I have enough time to do the entire presentation. So here's what I will do instead. So one thing that I will go over in the presentation in January is that maps in ArcGIS dashboards are reliant on pre-existing data, right? And so with the dashboard I'm going to do on state fairs for 2024, I went ahead and created a Survey 123. And for those of you like Michael who are newer to Survey 123, it is a GIS-based survey software. And so it allows you to create forms that you can legitimately turn into GIS layers. And so I've created one, and I'm going to go ahead and go over it. And what this will do is, as y'all fill this out, this can be turned into a data layer that I can use in ArcGIS dashboard. So this is the design I've made. We have a header, and then you have the state in which the fair is going to take place, the name of the fair, and then some information about the event. So you can put the address, like opening times and whatnot. And then you have the starting date and the ending date. And then you have your email and signature for verification. So with all this, the idea being that you put this into a map, and then that map goes into the dashboard. And so that way, when the January meeting rolls around now in my presentation, I also have a dashboard to show so that we have an example to follow. I originally was going to create a dashboard and put in some state fair data from the internet. However, I thought it'd probably be best to get some information from y'all so that way that the data is as accurate as possible, right? So with that being said, by January, assuming we get enough data, we should have a full dashboard for the presentation. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and copy the link and send this in the group chat, but I will also send this by email. So if y'all would like to fill this out, feel free to, and just give as much data as possible. Any questions?
So is this a homework assignment?
I guess you could call it that. I know we had talked about last meeting about really getting into the whole thing on state fairs, and so I thought this would be a cool opportunity to create a map about this, right? So went ahead and developed this survey 1, 2, 3. I originally was going to develop the dashboard as well, but due to some technical planning and also the wanting to get accurate data, I thought it best we just send this out. So yes, it's kind of a homework assignment, but at the same time, it's also kind of a fun project. But yeah.
Would you like us to put real data in then for your use
Yes.
presenting in February or in January?
Yes, but real data about like state fairs that are coming up, like as many as you know about, because that's going to be crucial in like actually making this data useful, because the idea behind this is that we can put this dashboard out and that it will just be freely available. So, and the idea behind the dashboard is also that we can track which state fairs have already passed and which state fairs are coming up pretty soon. So yeah, it's going to be based on live data.
Brock, I love the idea that you're using Survey 123. That's always nice to see.
Yeah, I got into it when I started HazardX, and for those of you who don't know, that was my project for the North Carolina GIS competition. It's a incident recording system that uses Survey 123, which feeds live data into an ArcGIS dashboard. And
yeah, that
so,
was really cool. Hey, question
yeah.
for you. So, yeah, I heard you mention something about a signature.
Yeah, so Survey 123 does offer a virtual signature option. You can't upload a signature like Adobe does. You basically just have to draw it in. So it's essentially just extra verification besides your email. So that
Was
way,
that so? So I guess what was your thinking behind it? Did you see it and just thought it was cool to add, or
yes,
you want
and
that extra security, or is it going to be part of the data you're going to use?
It won't be part of the data, but the first two you mentioned. So extra security, and also it was very interesting, and that's why I also implemented it into the HazardX survey, so that when people use it, they know what they're getting is verified and that they're not getting false information.
Okay, that sounds good. I also have one more question. Have you had anyone that you've run into that's been hesitant to give a signature, just because signatures can be copied and that kind of thing?
So the thing with HazardX was that it is a idea that's meant to be copied, right? It's designed to be a system, and there's instructions on the story map for HazardX as to how to copy it and make it into your own incident recording system. So I personally did test the survey and made a demo version for the story map. So I did not run into any difficulties, but I don't know who is using the copy right now. The idea being it was freeware, so that it is freely available. That was the point of it. So I don't know if they're yeah.
I love the idea that you're using this, and I hope you get awesome data.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I hope your presentation goes phenomenal, and that everything turns out good. And
yeah, stay tuned for January. Yeah, stay tuned for January.
Awesome. Can't wait to hear. Thanks.
Absolutely. Yeah. And well, that actually about wraps up the meeting, just because it is about 9 o'clock. So I believe Arjun was going to do the pledge.
Yep, I can do the pledge. All right. I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, my country, and my world.
All right, good meeting, y'all. That wraps up the December National 4-H GIST meeting. I'll see y'all at the January meeting. Goodbye, y'all.
Happy
Good night.
holidays.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Yep, happy holidays.
Thanks all. Have a good night.
Thanks. Have a happy holidays.
Stay well.